Hi, I'm Sam here at Brickjones Pianos with a Yamaha Model U1 that was built in Hamamatsu, Japan in 1983. It is in this very standard polished ebony finish, which is in very good condition. I cleaned it up earlier today. Piano has been well treated in its previous life. I worked on it. I pulled the action, got all the screws tightened and prepared everything, made some minor adjustments. Everything plays quite smoothly. It's a piano that, in my opinion, has had an easy life so far, and which is certainly going to be able to last many more decades of musical enjoyment, so long as you take good care of it. Twice a year tuning, consistent moderate humidity. You can expect a long life ahead of this piano, even though 41 years might already seem like a long time for a piano. We typically say that pianos have a human lifespan, and the better you take care of them, the longer they last. I always emphasize how important it is to make sure twice a year tuning, and especially humidity control. The soundboard and other wooden components of the piano are sensitive to changes in humidity, and on a piano that has been neglected and put into an environment where the humidity was changing very drastically and going into extreme territory, that will cause the soundboard to expand and contract, and if it expands too much, the fibers get crushed, and that opens up cracks in the piano. That's not something you want to happen to any piano, and we can assure you that that has not happened with this piano in its past life. It's been well treated by the previous owner. So, more than comfortable putting a 10-year warranty on this piano. And I'm quite pleased with how it turned out musically, too. It has, I think, the normal Yamaha clarity, which in my opinion every Yamaha piano has by design, and that comes down to the scale design of the piano. But it's an especially sort of a gentle version of that. It's a pretty mellow, sort of soft-sounding piano. And if you were under the impression that all Yamaha pianos sound bright, I would strongly encourage you to consider this piano. And, well, they all have their own unique personalities after so many years of having different lives, having been played differently, having been serviced by different technicians, and any other tiny differences in manufacturer. Although, in my opinion, Yamaha uprights, the U-series uprights from the 1980s, do tend, on average, to have more of a mellow sound compared to Yamaha uprights made in the 70s, or even those made in the 90s. I find the later Yamahas to be a bit bolder sounding. 70s Yamahas are known for being bright. Of course, there's exceptions to all of this, but that's the general tendency. And this one is a nice in-between place. It's a warm, mellow sound. So I'll rate the tone a 4 on a scale from 1 to 10 accordingly. 4 and below would be mellow ratings, 6 and above would be brighter ratings, and this one is distinctly on the mellow side. And if you're concerned about having a piano that sounds too loud, and especially a small room, I don't think you'll have to concern yourself here. It's a very quiet, gentle sounding piano. And while I'm at that, I'll say that it has a middle pedal practice mute included. Not every U1 has it, but this one does. It's a strip of felt that goes between the hammers and the strings so that you can play very quietly at any time of day if you have an apartment or row house, or at night if you're in a detached home and don't want to disturb anyone else trying to sleep. So in contrast to the full sound, it's substantially reduced because that hammer is not hitting the string directly, it's hitting it through the felt. And it's, as I mentioned, most Yamaha uprights have it, not necessarily every single one, but rest assured this piano has it, and it works on all hammers. So I said 4 for the tone. The touch, I think, is very agreeable and neutral, and I like to make sure it turns out that way when I work on the piano, and I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. It's not too hard, not too easy. It feels easy when you need it to feel easy, so you're playing rapidly, but it's very much controllable, and you can feel the mass of the keys moving when you're playing softly. So neutral it is. It's a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10, from light to firm. Very agreeable. And something I like to recommend, especially to new students, especially young new students. If your teacher hasn't specified otherwise, I like to recommend a neutral touch because, in my opinion, that will better prepare a student who's practicing at home to be able to handle a firmer touch or lighter touch piano that you might encounter at school, because schools have sometimes whatever they can get, and you've got a lot of variation. This one's sort of right in the middle of everything in terms of how much resistance there is in the keys. So I like to recommend a neutral touch, especially to new students, and especially to children who are students who are just graduating from a digital piano, which oftentimes has a touch that's too easy. It just doesn't have the real acoustic feel. This one, it'll be a decent adjustment to a more firmer touch than you might be used to without being overwhelming. So, really lovely piano. Please stop by, try it out for yourself. You can play it or anything else in their inventory. But if you can't make it, you can always give us a phone call, or you can send us an email if you have any questions. Thanks.